Hello, hello, and welcome back to Closings and Cuddles. My name is Karen Barrios, and today I'm here with my co-host, Ray Barrios.
What's up, everybody?
And today we're going to be talking about...
Today we're talking about a market update for Bakersfield.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while, so just like PMC, we wanted to give Bakersfield the same treatment.
Yes. If you didn't know, we are real estate agents here in Kern County. We support a small mountain community called Pine Mountain Club, which is the most darling hidden gem in Southern California. But we also support clients, buyers and sellers in Bakersfield. So we thought it would be important for us to talk a little bit about the market, where things are at this week, and what you can expect potentially in the next couple of weeks and months before we hit the end of the year.
Yeah,
just kind of light predictions based on just interaction with clients. We've been working with a lot of buyers here in Bakersfield. We're currently under contract on homes, and one of them is a brand new build that this client of ours has been waiting for. They're going to be closing on it in September, so we're so happy.
Almost.
We've just been encouraging them, going to appointments with them, with the builder, and just continuing to be their best resource as possible. We know what that looks like and that feels like to be first-time home buyers and secondary buyers and investors and look at what's important. So we love supporting buyers here in Bakersfield. We think it's an incredible area to invest money into. We see how much and it's going to continue to grow. So I think this is a great market. And for sellers, I know a lot of sellers are a little bit scared to even consider putting their house on the market because they're like, if I put my house on the market, what am I going to afford? Because they've either been in Bakersfield for a while and they bought something a long time ago and
for like $100,000 or something,
$200,000, 300 maybe, I just met someone at an open house this 2 weekends ago, and they live in Rosedale. Rosedale is northwest Bakersfield. And they told me, Karen, we bought our house in the 300s. Now this house is close to the 600s. And we're being conservative because we've done updates, like we've did a pool and yada. And again, you got to remember that most of the west side is newer construction. I'm talking...
They're also getting a new Chick-fil-A, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the second location here.
So I know we're stirring away from, but we just wanted to talk a little bit about Bakersfield. If you didn't know, we support buyers here, sellers here. But so a lot of sellers are saying, Karen, is it even a good time to sell? Because I don't know. Maybe it's not because I'm not going to be able to find something equivalent of the same caliber or better.
That's a valid argument.
So it's a valid argument when it comes to where we're at the interest rates. We're currently still high fives, 5.99, 6.25, 6.99, like we're interest rates. But the wonderful thing is that a lot of builders here are giving good incentives and are trying to help as many buyers getting to homes.
I will say this though, I don't think everyone's thinking like interest is going to come. I think this is it. I think we're going to float around 5 for a long time. That's kind of normal. That's like a normal, healthy interest rate. I mean, relative to the prices going up so fast, 5 is high. But I don't think we're ever going to see 4s and 3. I personally don't think that's going to happen ever again. I think it's going to be 5s. It may it may go up a little bit more till about middle of next year, but I think it's going to float around 5 for a long time. So people that are thinking like, oh, we're going to get 2% again. Unless we're like World War III happens, that's not like there's no reason why the interest rates.
Pandemic, which we don't want that, right? We don't want catastrophic things happen.
Catastrophic. Yeah.
It's my accent coming in. English was my second language, but let's just jump into Bakersfield.
Jump into the numbers
because we just keep. But honestly, if you want to know about Bakersfield, if you want to know our personal perspective, we're property owners in Bakersfield, and we love supporting any buyers and sellers that are potentially trying to explore what their best
interest is. Subscribe to the newsletter.
Is.
It's in the description. Subscribe to the newsletter, and every week you'll get updates and stuff that's going on. We'll actually talk about the second Chick-fil-A I just talked about at some point in time. That's a big deal.
There's a new Chick-fil-A coming to town in the northwest side in Rosedale and by all the shopping centers, which is in one of the big shopping centers. So that's going to be yummy. And it's like a premium Chick-fil-A.
Super nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were at Olive Garden the other day and they're like, oh, we may be opening another Olive Garden here. And I thought, what?
And then the lady was like, oh.
I don't know.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. So I'm like, okay, maybe. So anyways, we want to talk a little bit about where we're at right now. So as of this week, the median list price in Bakersfield is $445,000.
Okay.
The market action index hovering around 68. And I'm going to tell you what the market index means. This is less than last month's market index, which was 69. Inventory has increased to 454.
Okay.
Which is actually there. Yeah, I remember there's around that much inventory currently here. What is a market index, right? What does 68 mean? So market index is really answers the question of how's the market by comparing the rate of sales. So what's been sold, the rate of sales versus inventory. Essentially, a 68 means that we are in a strong seller's market.
Very
in
strong.
the last few weeks, the market has achieved a relative point in terms of sales of inventory. However, inventory is sufficiently low to keep us in a seller's market zone. So watch because changes may be coming. And if the market heats up, prices are likely to resume an upward climb, right? Because if there's not a lot of homes, prices have to keep going up because
supply and demand, baby.
Yep, supply and demand. So what does this mean? It essentially means that everything is selling
fast.
Here.
Really fast.
Fast. Incredibly fast. Especially anything that is in current market value. And again, anything that's a little too high, then of course that's going to sit on the market a little bit.
There's not a ton of those out here, but there are a couple. Yeah.
Right. But honestly, everything is moving so quickly. I know we've been working on, even some of our buyers decided to take a little bit of a pause because they couldn't find anything they love. It was either too fixer upper, because it was way lower than what they were wanting to buy, or whatever they wanted to buy was being outbid. Like we were constantly, like with two of my buyers, we were constantly
getting smoked
back to back to back, multiple offers, like in almost every single homes we put an offer in. And again, it's not that you don't have a good real estate agent by your side. Trust me, I'm pretty good, but it's just one of those things that if you're competing with,
if I have a $315,000 offer versus a $305,000, you're always going to lose that battle.
Right. So if you have, coming in full ask isn't where you want to be. It just depends on the property, but you really got to think about
the house you would actually want to move in. It's going to be competitive.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that those are just all things to consider. So the real-time market profile, I'm just going to go over it real quick.
Cool.
The median list price, again, like I mentioned, is $444. The median price of new listings is $409. So that means that properties are hitting the market that are a little bit lower. And so maybe people back in the day who bought, something smaller, maybe want to upgrade to something bigger. Because anything in the fours, you're looking at maybe 3-4 bedrooms, 15, 16, 15 to maybe 1,800 square feet homes. Anything over 2,000 is probably a little bit higher than 400,000. Square per foot here on average is around 225.
Cool.
Average days on market, 56. Medium days on market, 28. And that means that essentially it takes about 56 days for a property to go under contract. Sometimes this, again, you got to remember that because there's so many properties in Bakersfield, these analysis have to take averages, right? So just be aware that every zip code and every single territory in Bakersfield is different, right? So the speed as to what properties sell in the Northeast versus Northwest versus Southwest versus Southeast, they're just all very different.
Some areas are more desirable.
Yeah, and you just got to think about that, and you got to do a little bit more research. Again, we're giving you a really broad, and
it's super hard to kind of not comp out, but to give an analysis on Bakersfield because it's like it's huge. It's a gigantic city within a gigantic county. I think it's one of the bigger counties in the state. So to just give a blanket, like you're saying, to give a blanket statement on Bakersfield, like the east stuff may not move as fast as the west
Right,
stuff.
so this is just medium. Another word for medium is just averages.
Yeah.
Just everything that's selling. In the inventory, we're seeing about 454 properties on the market, meaning 454 properties are currently being sold. The medium rent here in Bakersfield is about $2,200, which is actually pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about the market action index, which is 68, and we'll put a little graphic for you to see here. And it essentially means that we're in a strong market,
Super strong,
strong sellers market. So anything over 30 would be seller's market. Anything under 30 would be a buyer's market.
Yeah.
So right now we're at a 68. So that's pretty strong.
So if it was a speedometer, we'd be redlining. We'd be going, eh.
Yeah. So just keep those things in mind. If you're a buyer, you got to be ready to go, have your pre-approval, make sure that you have a real estate agent that supports you. If you're looking for newer builds, we're happy to, give you some tours. We're happy to make connections with you and kind of walk you through what our options are. So make sure to subscribe to the newsletter because we're constantly putting this up. We want to do market updates pretty consistently just so that you could kind of get an idea of what's happening in the market. And our perspective is Bakersfield is going to continue to boom. As you could tell, we're big, proud Bakersfield property owners.
I'm bearish on Bakersfield.
We think that this is such an up and coming community, and we really do see the signs. And we've talked a lot about it in different podcasts that we've done, but we really do feel like this is going to be a city that in a couple of years you're gonna if you didn't invest here, you're gonna say, or if you don't own property here, you're gonna say, man,
rats.
I should have. Oh man, you're gonna be like
swiper no
swiper like
oh man
from Dora the Explorer. I should have bought. And again, a lot of families here, hardworking families. We've met a lot of incredible buyers, and it's one of those situations where you want to be able to help everybody, but the reality is that some of them may not be in a position to buy. That's just kind of where things are because your credit needs a little bit of work, or you need to be earning a certain amount of income, or you want to stay within a certain range. So maybe renting makes sense for now until you buy. So
or you may have waited too long, unfortunately.
Yeah. Or you may have waited a little too long, and then now you're in a position where you have to save up more for a down payment, or you have to earn a little bit more so that you could be able to afford something higher.
Right.
So I think the best thing is, like one of our subscribers said, timing the market is not always best, but time in the market is good. So you want to get into the market.
Inverse. So time in the market's better than timing the market.
No, I wasn't trying to say timing like a clock.
Yeah, like timing it like
is not good.
No.
Because you can never, but time in, like time in your home.
No, and I'm saying it's the inverse. So it's time,
no.
Yes, it's time in the market is better than timing the market.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But
exactly.
you're saying it backwards.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm making it husband and wife.
The sentiment is there. I understood what you were saying.
Yeah. So time in, so come into a home is better than you trying to figure out, is it a good time to buy? I'm going to wait. My uncle is telling me that the interests are going to come down. We're not going to see 2 and 3% interest rate. If you got a 2%, hold on to that property or look into your life circumstances may change and you just have to assess that. I mean, one of our properties is in the 2s and we're just like,
we don't need to say if
that's amazing.
No, but let me say this.
Say that. I know exactly where you're going with it.
So if an opportunity came up and there was like a duplex or a quadplex, and who cares about interest? That's money I pay to the government. If there was an opportunity and it didn't make sense to own a 2% house, I'm selling that house. I don't care about the interest.
Exactly. And that's where I was trying to go. Like, I mean, for us at least, I mean, we're very quick with our decisions. That's outside of just us having the background in real estate, but you just have to make the right decisions for you and your family. For you and your family, yeah. So I think that it just really goes back to that. And I know it's easier said than done. And I know sometimes people are like, what do you mean by that? You know your family best. You know your priorities. You know where you're heading. You know what you're doing. You know what you can or cannot do, what you can work around and what you can. So
no, that's good.
Do what makes you guys happy. So
do what makes you happy. Do what makes sense to you. Like if it's not a good time to buy, it's not a good time to buy for you. If it's a good time, it's a good time.
I know. Like
don't let the market dictate what you decide to do next week. It's just it's not going to work out for you. You're going to wait forever, and you're going to be like, dang it, I should have bought when the houses were
Yeah.
250,000.
Because you also want to be in a position, in a place where you emotionally, physically, financially could do it. Like, right, it's the greatest joy. And again, not that that's always a circumstance, because sometimes life happens to everybody, health and relationships and everything. But if you're in a position where you could buy a property and be super excited, super thrilled about it, and, come into it knowing, that you're going to, earn equity over a couple of years, but pay a certain amount and okay with that. Like, it just all has to make sense for you.
Yeah. And there's some interesting data, man. And we've been on easy mode in the housing market since the '08 crash. It was just easy modes. Prices have been like significantly lower than they were prior to that time, just from like a year-over-year percentage increase. And houses, they're actually starting to fluctuate back up into like what would be a normal range for this time. If you were to look at appreciation over time, there's a big dip. And then '08, we floated at the bottom, and now it's starting to level out with where it should have trended if we didn't have that big '08 fallout, basically. So that we were living life on easy mode. I think homeownership is going to be something you have to be dedicated to want to achieve now. It's going to be something you have to work for and earn like you had to way back in way. We've been in easy mode for so long. People are so used to having low mortgages and having so much extra cash to like go on vacations and do all these cool things. It's like we're coming to a place where it's like, no, if you want to buy a home, there's a certain level of commitment, ownership, sacrifice. Like I want to own this large asset. There's going to be sacrifice. I'm going to have to budget. And I think people just aren't okay with that right now. And they're not used to like having to sacrifice like so much to own a home.
I think what happened as well too is that, especially when 2020 happened and interest rates came down, a new wave of buyers came to the market because they could actually afford more homes.
At least here in California.
So at least well, just really everywhere. Everywhere. But in our area, of course, in California, Southern California, some of these areas like LA, you're going to see the average income be pretty high. But I just was reading a stat the other day, and we were both
like $250.
We were both like in shock, because $75,000 a year is actually low income in LA.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So it's a lot of money. And in some areas in the US, that's a lot of money. But in California, in Los Angeles, it's really not that much.
If you're making $75K in LA, you have roommates.
Probably. I mean, I go back and think about little
Your college
postgraduate.
Okay, yeah.
And
new to the workforce.
And again, when you're renting, but again, the rents back then were like $1,500. Now they're like $2,000.
It's like 30% more.
$3,000.
Yeah. It's crazy.
For just a good, we have family that rents studios, and it's like $2,000, $3,000 in the city, and you're like, whoa.
That hurts my heart. Yeah.
When you could put that towards real estate, but it's just all about being strategic. Like you said, I think it's going to really take dedication on the buyers and to say, I want to buy a house. So if you're a buyer and you're thinking, Karen, how am I even going to get there? Let's come up with a plan. Let's figure it out. Let's get you dedicated to a plan so that you and your family could be set up in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
You got to remember that as a buyer, there's 4 types of homes that you purchase in your lifetime.
This is like your favorite
I always
line.
narrowed it down. I always narrowed it down because it's important. They're your starter home.
Wow.
So where you're not going to always get what you want. It may be a little bit of a fixer.
It's a start. It's like your first car. It's a jalopy.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 2, you're doing well home.
Okay.
Something that's a little bit more what you need and what you want in your style. A little bit more upgrades. Still within your budget, under your means.
Maybe new construction.
Yeah, maybe new construction.
Fancy.
Then you have your forever home where you think it's going to be your forever home, and you live with your kids. That's where you grow. That's where you built family memories, and you probably stay there a little bit longer than any of the other homes.
Cool.
And then ultimately your downsized home where your kids fly and you're going to be an empty nester. If you don't have kids, your pets may, not always be there with you, or your life circumstances or careers may change and you may want to
You just want to move to, like, you're tired of your mansion.
Else. Instead of living in Bakersfield, you want to move to Pine Mountain.
You move to Pine Mountain Club.
Instead of,
retire.
you go to Alaska.
don't know if I'd go there, but
I know. Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I was trying to think of something, but because I just saw a friend went to Alaska. So anyways, she came to my mind. But you just got to think about that's, you a lot of the times we want instant gratification, right? Right now with social media, everything, you just want instant. And we're not here to preach. We get really
philosophical.
We get all passionate. But you got to go back to, if you really want to be a homeowner, are you willing to sacrifice and transplant your whole life to Bakersfield, for example, sacrifice for a couple of years and commute or work from home if you have that luxury, sacrifice with the heat, sacrifice with certain things,
and get a new job.
Uproot, get a new job. And are you willing to do that so that your family could have a different opportunity than just renting and living?
Having a landlord and paying someone else's mortgage. Yeah.
So it's easier said than done. I know that not everybody is in, certain situations are very unique. So again, we're just here to encourage those that have choices and have are open to exploring those choices. So
totally.
Thank you so much for watching today. We are so excited. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. But most importantly, click that link to our newsletter.
Sign up for the newsletter right now. Do it.
Bye.
Bye, guys.